Kyoko. Maybe you didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. So waste away in a garbage-strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough, it's still not satisfying. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Can she gone? Hey Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay, we're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
In other words...
Now it's your mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very. Yeah, this is basically freaking deja vu. Well, after the freaking lesson on sex education, of course, I'd be knocked out. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast, dark cavern, with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. And that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what happened. Alter Ego saved me, and he used up the last little bit of his strength to save me. So I can't give up now, for myself and for my friend. With that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of here. Is that an airplane? How did something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? That's a rocket and a tank. I better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here, isn't it? It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked it, out of here is not really that easy. I decided to look out for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten, but that was pointless too. Next I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. That's still not enough reason to give up, because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that thorough declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left, after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. What the? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it be? A giant piece of trash just fallen down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that tumbled down here and...
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It
Nice
smells
hat.
awful.
This
Indeed.
Kyoko, you look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here? Like I said, nice hat.
So...
Cup noodles. Isn't it obvious I need to help you? I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of gum. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash and faced me again. First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. You can talk once you're finished. Thank you! I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, I was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. Phew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about hunger. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt, or no, to atone. Atone?
You
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So, you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that, you didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
Bit harsh. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive
In other words...
is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. What? I made my mind up. I had made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak.
Indeed.
That's right, at least I did once. Once? Until recently I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's important. Then is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing. You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted and when I woke up I was trapped
That's
in.
right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time I'd forgotten. Couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that? Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory?
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it's the work in the mastermind. But still not remember. But why would... There's only one reason I could come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow, they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from me?
However...
And it could also mean, somehow, my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did know, we all worked as one. The mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind was actually...
Correct.
Well, don't make too big of a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... I see. The intuition was right though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could be the mastermind.
But I did...
It's just like the dream I had before, but why didn't that just happen? Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing.
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to lying to others. You know, I have never asked you for help in the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how did that turn out? Were you able to remember something? I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find in the school. You had to find someone? Who?
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. Headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad was Hope's Peak's headmaster? And that explains when Alter Ego told us when he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way.
Huh?
No matter what it takes.
No matter what.
My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense. But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. And you said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Now, what did you see now? The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been there. You mean mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map.
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. Found in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room. I assumed that if that was true... Again?
Correct. However... So...
You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like an asking point. You're really ominous.
However...
Which is why I have no idea what was going on. It has to do with Mukuro Kusawa.
However...
Just to be perfectly fair, I didn't kill him. I know it wasn't you. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi.
Anyway...
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind decided to involve. To begin with, one of the class trials of Mukuro Kusawa. Let's get me you.
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, you wanted to draw me out in the list.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. I mean, because it's good with me.
That's...
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words... Hey.
There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been the victim.
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? So that was
I
can hear them now. Footsteps have gone down. I can hear the God of death from me. That ability that is well in the case just like
Anyway...
it is exactly like shadow across the corridor, being shaken by wind. As I followed it, I saw the shadow going.
Correct.
I ran into them and I saw what happened.
However...
That wasn't the end of it. Remember the master chain of one being left dead.
Correct.
And the murder was honestly, it wasn't the mastermind in this country.
Indeed.
I don't know how complete it is, but that's what I think. That's really bad, too. Wait, doesn't that seem no contradiction? The mastermind was indeed passed out and killed.
Correct. In other words... Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity.
Indeed. That's right. It would seem... Indeed.
That root of all evil that has forced us to go through this. And that is the ultimate despair, and that is our real enemy.